Hello everyone, today we are going to learn how to sew this big tote bag. You can take a look. It's relatively simple and elegant. It's a magnetic buckle inside. This is the material we receive bag. Two long ones. This is a tote bag. Then there are magnetic buckles and small parts in this bag. Hardware and our needle and thread. Here are two packets. Front and back. Take a look. So first of all, we take out these two packets, connect it. What about connecting? We are connecting this. Here to here is the bottom side of the bag. This length. Take out our line. Then measure the line. What about measuring the line? It's 3 to 4 times the length. Double this length. Twice. 3 times. 4 times. Let's measure the 4th line. Okay, take out the needle. And here we thread the needle. Look after the needle comes through. Does our wire need to be locked? Run this thread through. Use a needle to go through the middle of the line. Then lock the wire. Stretching this long thread locks the needle. What about sewing? We're going to press these two together. Then start sewing from here. We can wear his first. Don't wear the first hole, you can wear the second hole. Because for a while, we'll lock the thread later. Look at this hole, it's not pierced. This hole is not pierced, the second hole is worn. Of course, the thread should stay on the inside. So start from the bottom. Then keep the thread before wearing it. Wear its first hole this time. First hole. Go through. Then look at this thread. In the middle of this thread. Let's thread it with a needle. That is, lock the needle. After the lock needle, let's go back through its second hole. Which hole is it? Go back through this hole. When it came through, then we will stretch this thread here. It's locked like this. So here it is. It's locked like this. And down below, we can sew normally. Look. We seal it normally here. Whole pair. If you correspond well, there will be no problem. Look, here it's sewn. There is no sewing here. Then everyone sews it to the end like this in turn. Match the holes. Okay, here's the end. After sewing the head, you see, we still have vacancies here. Vacancy and then such a vacancy. We need to make it up. That is, the thread has to be sewn back. Look at these 2 stitches. Good looking. Sew back like this. Look, it's vacant here. Okay, let's take a look. It's finished sewing here. It's all done. You can take a look, and then we'll flip over and look at this. There's an empty needle. Can we make it up to him like this? And what about our thread? Let's take a look. We can wear a single layer like this. Did you see it? Thread a single layer and then insert it into him a few times. Don't penetrate. Wear only one layer. Out of this gap comes this. And you could look at it this way. It comes out of here. And look at it this way. When passing through this gap. From this eye of the needle. Just came out. Then process the thread. Okay, we're done sewing this side. The 2 are connected. Okay, our bottom side has been connected. Then we need to connect below. Both sides of the bag. What about both sides? Then we sew the distance from here to here. That is to say, we wrap the bag with the front of the bag. Suture like this. Suture like this. Here we're wrapping the back piece with the front piece. And then this sewn this edge. It's in the back. It's more beautiful. This needs your attention. So let's start measuring. The measuring line is 6 times the length and twice the length. 2 times. 3 times. 4 times. Then threading the needle. Threading the needle is the same as the previous threading method. Remember, be sure to lock the wire. Okay. If we sew, we will sew from here. Well, it still starts from the second hole. We need to lock the wire because there will be thread later. Leave thread. Go through the first hole. Then lock the wire on this thread. Then go through our second hole. Okay, so it's locked. After locking, then we continue to sew on it. See you keep going up. Look here, it's sewn. Okay, our side is one-sided to the end. And we do what we did. Use the same method to fill our unfilled one. And then we fill it up. Take this needle. And when we sew this, remember, you can do 2 more stitches here. Because he is the head here. And then here we go back to stitches. Double stitch him. Give him 2 stitches in this position. Then continue to sew down. When sewing, please stretch this thread a little harder. Okay, we've sewn this side. You can take a look. And then we will handle this thread by ourselves. The thread is here. Okay, that's what we handled. Then this side has been sewn. We use the same method. Let's take this side and sew it as well. Okay, take a look at our sides are already sewn. This way. Come on, after our sides and bottom are sewn. There are 2 gaps here. We need to sew the bottom of this. What about sewing? This is the state. Put this side circumference inside, then wrap it with this bottom enclosure. And then the thread. We measure the line 4 times this distance. Then lock the thread and thread the needle. It's all the same me. The thread is already worn here. And then what if we sew? It's sewn from the inside out. Is the thread in and left in? Let's take a look. I still wear his second hole with this side. Second hole. Look at the second hole for threading. Because later this thread has to be locked inside. Then go back through the first hole. And let's look inside. Let's lock this thread inside. Okay, look at us here. This thread is already locked. Give it. Okay, you can see that the thread at the end is already locked. Then we continue to sew down this. That's it. Come and see, this is dressed. Wear one side, then we use the previous method of returning the needle. Put what's not worn here. Then give him a clip. Okay, when we got back here. Look at this half, it's done. Back to this middle line. We go down and give him a shot. And it ended up here. It's for him to fix. Look at this, give him a shot back. Jazz him back and forth. Then weigh this line and this is the state. Then we continue to sew further down. Look. It's across here. Just continue to sew down. Okay, take a look at our side. It's already sewn. Remember to pull a needle here. Give him. And we're going to do the same thing here. And you can sew it yourself. Okay, let's take a look. The sewing is also done here. After sewing these two sides, this is the state. Okay, so what's down there? We get it from our parts package. Take out these little parts. And then there are our hardware magnetic buckles. And then here, let's put this on first. It matches it and is worn together. Then take a look at whether this has front and back sides. This is the front. And you run it over the top. After wearing it, there's a hole. Go through. Take it from here. Get it back. Okay, so one is threading the needle. Then there is this state. It's the same operation. Let's take a look. Then the following is the installation of our magnetic buckle. What about installation? After everyone finds this out, look, it has holes. There are holes here. Put this magnetic buckle. Here, pass it through here. What about after going through? Here it is. Then we can break out. You can also break it in. What about when it can't be broken? Just press it like this on the table. And it's the same with this. Okay. In this way, our hardware is installed. Let's take a look. Okay, let's take out the body of our bag. Then look at the holes on this side and this side. Then the hardware we wore earlier. It is placed like this, and here, you can see that the hole corresponds to it. It's sewn like this. And then the same two pieces of hardware. There's another one here too. Corresponding like this. And then the thread. We won't measure it here. Let's measure it for yourselves. I'm already dressed here. And then we sew this up. What about sewing? It is sewn with 3 layers at once. Leave the thread inside. We can start from. Start sewing here. Then pass through its corresponding hole. Then go through the second hole. The sewing method is the same as before. The hole position must correspond well. That's it. Okay, let's take a look. It's worn round here. Then we use the same method. Take this and fill. There is no place to fill it up. 1 second, back again. Whereas, don't wear it hard when you can't wear it. Check if the holes are not aligned. Take a look. We've finished weaving here. Then just process the lines. If you look at this thread, we can handle it and get it through here. But don't penetrate. It comes through here, don't penetrate. You want to avoid him having duplicate lines. You can do it like this. It comes through here. And then go through here. Then we cut the thread. Just iron it with a lighter. Okay, we've sewn this side again. The same method is used on this side. Just sew it yourself. Okay, we've finished sewing this side. Let's take a look. Both sides have been sewn. Okay, what about after we sew this hardware? Next we sew our magnetic buckle. What about the direction of these two magnetic buckles? Is it installed like this? So there's a row of holes. Then we also have a row of holes here. These two are like this. The two are corresponding like this. And then it's placed like this. That is to say, it is placed in it. Look how it is placed. Then we sew on the side. Take this off. What about sewing on one side is to sew this side first. There's holes in there, too. And then the same. We still leave this line in for him. You can wear it like this. This time this line. Leave this thread in the interlayer between the two of them. So that's where we run the line through. Let's take a look. After passing through, we pierce through the second hole. Then go through this hole. That is to say, we'll give it more threads for the first stitch. Okay, so that locks the needle. Then we can continue to sew normally. Look. Normal sewing here. And there you go. Then what about our thread? Let's take a look. We wear single layer. Get him out of here. Did you see it? Come out of this gap. And then a single layer goes through here. Put it back on. Then give him 2 stitches. We can cut it off with scissors. It doesn't matter if it's hot or not, then just hide it inside. And the same thing with this thread. Just cut him off. Look at this sewing one side. Again, on this side, everyone sews in the same way. That's it. Okay, let's take a look. The magnetic buckles on both sides of us have been sewn. Look inside. Good magnetic buckle and hardware. After sewing, we need to get out our long shoulder straps. What about this shoulder strap? Yes, there is a hole on one side. And then on this side are these large holes ranged. It is placed like this. It's sewn here. Then this is to be worn here. Look, then we can put it on here first. Take a look at this. Then go through. There are holes here. You can wear it up to 1, 2, 3. The 4th hole. Put it through the 4th hole for now. Of course, this depends on the individual. Okay, it's just here. Okay, what about after we tie it here? Bring the straps along. And then we sew it up here. If sewn on this side, it is sewn to the corresponding hole like this. What about sewing? So let's start with the first shot. From here, leave the thread inside. Then a second stitch. Okay, I'm going to give it a grip here. Lock this little thread. Then go back from the first needle. In this way, stretch the 2 threads. The method is the same as before. And then we're going to sew it up again. Just sew along the pinhole. It all corresponds to this. Okay, what about after we sew a circle? Or sew it back like before? Do the unsewn part and fill it up. It's been sewn here. Then we also cut the thread here. Then iron it with a lighter. Okay. The handle on one side is already ready. And we do the same thing on our side. And then, same process here. Put it on him. Wear symmetry on both sides. That is 1、2、3、4. Okay, give it a smooth after wearing it. And here we're going to do the same thing. Just sew it. Okay, our shoulder straps have been sewn. Then you can take a look at our bag. And it's done. This is the head, with magnetic buckle inside.